in the context of dating, I think sometimes you're putting someone else above yourself. Like you put yourself first. Like, how do I feel? They might have this going on.
How are you getting through this cost of living crisis?
I'm oblivious to it. Honestly. I swear to God, if you just don't acknowledge it.
She did say, to be fair, earlier that she doesn't have a 5-year plan.
She did say that.
Yeah.
But it seems like she has got a plan. It's just not
the
a good
rooftop cocktail 5-year plan is what everyone should have.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one because some guys are dicks, straight up.
A bit of like radical self-acceptance. So rather than always feeling like you need to work on yourself, you're a constant project, you need to do this, do that. Of course you can do that, but be content with where you are now and how you are as you are.
Do you think there is power in redefining yourself after putting yourself in that specific light?
I think like in terms of like music industry, like so many rappers used to be like drug dealers.
And go.
And go.
That's the first time that you've smiled when I've done that.
Yeah, because it's annoying me. And I'm just being really just putting on this brave face.
Brave face.
So
Marcus doesn't
brave.
like the intro.
He doesn't?
I'm brave and stunning.
Why?
It's just very basic.
Oh, I see.
And go.
Okay.
It's not what I was hoping for in
No.
life. No. It's really disappointing.
Have you thought of any new ones in the past couple of weeks?
Do you know what I haven't? Because I'm so traumatized by this one. I can't get past it.
Traumatized.
I'm traumatized by it.
Fair.
And go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if people who have stuck with us for this many episodes have kind of gotten bored of us arguing over the intro. Because every episode for at least a minute in is us just bickering about the intro.
I think they are very, very happy with it.
Yeah?
I think they look forward to it.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
You know, when I watch a podcast or when I listen to a podcast, I like the arguments.
Do you?
There's
Like the bickering?
Yeah, if there's two co-presenters or just a bunch of presenters and they're arguing non-stop, I love it.
Yeah.
It's drama.
And talking over each other.
Talking over each other.
Do you like reality TV?
Oh, love.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
No.
Because I feel like that's the same energy. Do you know what I mean? Like in reality TV, when you see people arguing with each other and you're just like, yeah, give me the tea. It's like that kind of vibe. Give me the tea. Go on.
What are we feeling about my collar? Does it need to go down? Stay up?
One side's popped.
One side's popped.
Yeah,
Is it
so it
better like
depends
that?
on...
Or better like that?
Nah, you're not a
definitely
vampire.
down.
Put it down.
Yeah, definitely
Not like
down.
that,
No,
no?
that's like
I want to suck
pervy.
your
I don't
blood.
know.
It's pervy?
Yeah, I think
Pervy?
so. Right?
Yeah, you're not a vampire, Marcus. Put the collar down.
Okay, collar down. All right, that's
What was the
sorted.
thought in putting it up, though? Because
No, it was like, I saw it in the mirror. I was like, oh, fuck it, I can't bother. My cab's outside. And then I thought I'd fix it in the cab. But
Yeah.
then just now I remembered it's not fixed. So you guys have been sitting there all day long looking at me thinking, what a
I
twat.
would never question your fashion
Pervy
choices,
twat.
Very
Okay, right, cool. Well, our guest who feels very much intimidated by my collars.
Pervy collars. Hate them.
How did we get here?
my lovely guest, who's not so lovely now after insulting my collars. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
No, let's introduce you.
You introduce me.
Yeah.
Introduce
Okay.
me. Give me a good intro.
Okay.
Go on,
Build
use
me
your
up.
intro voice,
Alright.
Marcus.
Okay, I just need to get your surname correct first.
Gurupira.
Gurupera. Okay, we have Faz Gurupera. She is from Zimbabwe. Fresh from
Represent.
Zimbabwe.
Fresh? I don't
She
think I'm fresh
arrived
from
this
Zimbabwe.
morning. She arrived this
Definitely not fresh from Zimbabwe.
She's from Zimbabwe originally. She's also a model. She's done Charlotte Tilbury. She's done Barbie. She's done a variety of other brands. She doesn't do any music videos though. She hates music videos.
Dude.
She hates them.
Yeah.
She's too good for that.
Oh, yeah?
That's not what I said. And actually, I told you I'm open to music videos now.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't tell me that.
But certain music videos.
Famous people.
No, it's not about it's about like the requirements.
The
So
content.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The narratives.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What are the do's and don'ts?
So if it was a music video that's kind of like acting, and maybe it's just me, and it's sort of like it's a bit thought out. But if it's like just be a sexy girl with like no clothes,
With
and
other girls.
other girls all around, and you're like
uh-huh.
shaking your ass. I don't
Yeah.
want to do
That's
that.
not your thing.
No, no.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything against people who do those videos at all.
Yeah.
And I understand why some girls don't want to do those videos. So I understand both points.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, work is work.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
No.
Work's not work.
No.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I just feel like you might do something when
That you
you're like
regret.
19,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I met a girl
Mm.
and she used to do page 3
Mm-hmm.
when she was 19,
Yeah.
and then she was like 30 with kids, and she was just like, oh, like I hate like the fact that
Cringed.
some people actually know me from that, but like the words, like the creepy old like bold men, like, I recognize you. And it's just like, oh gosh, like
I
she
get
just
that.
moved on so much as a person from that. But I feel like, you know,
Have you heard
no
of
regrets, I suppose.
Mia Khalifa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to change her image now.
Is she?
She's been trying for years, and unfortunately, you just can't get past it.
Yeah, 'cause she was
a
so
tricky
famous.
one. Yeah. How old
Yeah.
is she?
She must be 26, 27 now.
Oh, really? So she's young.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
done that stuff when she was like 19, 18.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she made £12,000 from it.
Yeah, she made like
$12,000
no
from
money.
$12,000 total.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
because
she
it's
did
quite like an exploitative industry.
True.
So I don't think the actual like, can I say porn stars?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then porn stars get much.
They don't.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think you do if you do it a lot. I think she only did like 6 or 7 videos, and
Did she?
You-
But she
maybe-
was so famous.
yeah, because she did a very silly one where she was wearing her job.
But yeah, she made like 6 bold videos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she went in.
She went.
Yeah.
She went in.
Pardon the
Yeah.
pun. Gosh.
Pause. Big pause.
Big pause.
Big pause. Yeah. So unfortunately for her, she's trying to change her image. It's not working out too well because people keep mentioning to her that she used to do prawn. Let's call it prawn, not porn. Prawn.
What do you
Just
mean
do-
prawn?
And just changing porn to prawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we don't get flagged down for inappropriate talk.
Oh,
So yeah.
corn. It's
Corn.
corn.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
She's done lots of corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's trying to change it, but it's not working. People, you know, I think once you've done corn, people see you as corn, as a corn star.
Yeah.
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 You can't get it's a nasty image to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like, how many years has it been since Kim Kardashian had a sex tape?
And it's still
And it gets like brought up
the
all the time.
conversation's still circulating.
Yeah. Oh, that needs to happen though, doesn't it?
Why?
Why?
Because she did it on purpose, and her mum got involved, and she did it for the fame, and she got the fame. So you take the rough with the smooth, isn't it?
Would you say the same about a corn star though?
I would say worse about a corn star.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're never going to get rid of that image. I think you will make money if you do loads of them over a course of time, but you will have then the other side of the coin, which is you will not be able to do any work. You won't be able to change your image. Like people have, especially men, have seen you doing various things that potentially you shouldn't be doing on camera. But everyone to their own. Each to their own.
Each to their own.
Each to their own. You can do what you
Yeah.
want.
Do you think that you can redefine yourself? Do you think there is power in redefining yourself after putting yourself in that specific light?
Yeah, because I think like in terms of like music industry, like so many rappers used to be like drug dealers,
True.
and then they turned into like businessmen and
True.
established and, you know, whatever.
Yeah, very true.
And I don't think everyone brings up, oh, but he was a drug dealer.
Well, this is it, yeah.
Then it's like, so
Mm. I
he's,
think
not,
there's a
he's not anymore.
There's definitely a gender element. Like if a
Yeah.
guy does a video,
Yeah.
a sex tape, he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
he'll be
He's
fine.
almost
maybe
praised
better
for
off.
it.
Almost
Yeah.
praised
Yeah.
for it, yeah.
If
Yeah.
not praised
In fact,
for
people
it.
think Ray J is like some sort of god because of the tape.
Yeah.
Well,
Whereas
exactly. And then
Kim
you see that
Kardashian's
there.
in everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's
Exactly.
definitely a gender.
Yeah.
I think you're right. You've touched upon a gender thing there that I don't want to go into. But but no, you're right. You're right. Because even
Yeah.
in those music videos that you're talking about, the guys are doing things in those music videos with a bunch of girls.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're seen as heroes.
Yeah.
But the girls are seen as the opposite of that.
Yeah.
So there's definitely, 100% a gender
Of
thing
course.
involved.
Tale as old as time, though. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's always been the way. Is there? Do you think we could see it in a way where that wouldn't be the case?
I don't think so.
No.
Honestly, I don't think so. I feel like maybe sometimes we might say like about progress and where we're going, but I don't think so. I think like deep
No.
down how people feel,
Yeah, it's
like kind
ingrained,
of the same.
isn't
It's
it?
ingrained, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I think so.
No,
Yeah. Ever?
not anytime soon.
Wow.
Do you think otherwise?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I think you're right. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. I hope eventually it does change. I don't think it's fair.
It's not fair
I don't think it's fair at all.
No, no,
I
no.
don't think as a woman you should be judged to a different standard as a man.
Of course not. No.
It doesn't make any sense. Oh, okay. I think differently, do you?
No. It's not that I think differently, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
She don't know.
She don't know.
I don't think. I think you should be held to a different standard when it comes to certain things, for sure.
Like what?
I don't know. There's specific things that are quite outdated, maybe. As seen as being things that women do and that men do. So naturally, there's a stigma around those things, and therefore you would probably be held to a different standard than the other gender. So I think in that sense, yes, you not should, but you would be held to different standards.
Sure.
I haven't got any specific examples right now, but when I think of one, I'll tell you. I think there is definitely a different standard that men and women are held to that hopefully we can equalize.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the beauty of modeling?
How did I get into modeling? I just post pictures on Instagram of myself.
Ooh.
My favourite hobbies.
You just love a good selfie.
Love a good selfie.
Do you like a good selfie?
You know what it is?
Uh-huh.
I can't take them. When I try, I'll look in the mirror, I'll be like, okay, selfie day.
Yeah.
And I'll take a photo and I'll be like, the camera will
Not
be like,
selfie
not
day.
today,
Yeah,
babes,
not
no.
today.
You know what I
Then
mean?
do you not just keep taking them until you get it right?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Teach me your ways. What?
Take like 100.
Uh-huh.
You will
100.
get it right. And sometimes you just need a fresh eye. So sometimes I take a picture of myself and I don't love it. But I'll look back on it a week later.
And you'll be like,
Ooh.
okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to let it sit for a bit.
Okay,
Let it
noted.
Yeah, let it marinate.
All right, we'll come back to this conversation in a couple of weeks when I've taken 100 selfies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And good lighting's important.
Good lighting, okay. Loving these selfie tips.
Yeah.
So you kept posting selfies.
Yeah, and then people would message me and ask me to shoot.
Simple as that.
Yeah, literally.
Simple as that.
And then I would post the shoots, and then people got the idea that I'm a model, and just ran with it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but it was
perfect.
really like random, such random little brands. And I decided to look for a modelling agency. Stumbled upon.
During lockdown? Was it during lockdown? It was during lockdown.
Yeah, it was during
wasn't
lockdown.
Oh, okay.
And done that, yeah.
Nice.
You stumbled upon
Stumbled upon
Bam.
Bam agency.
Bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam.
Bum.
Bam.
Balmy.
Yeah.
A lot of people call us balmy.
But then I still had a job. Like, I had a part-time job. And
You had a part-time job
yeah.
working as the COVID...
Oh, no, before that.
Oh, you had a part-time job before
Before that, I had a job at the surveying company.
Did you?
Yeah.
At a what company, sorry?
Surveying company. I was on the phones.
Okay.
I used
With
to
that voice, I'm sure.
Oh my god!
Girl.
I used to do accents as well. 'Cause
Did you?
I was really bored of the job. So I had to make it fun.
What accents did you do?
Oh, I would go all sorts, go all around.
What's like your best go-to accent?
Oh,
If you needed to quickly switch your identity, this question's for you too. What's your accent?
I would go American,
American.
or my version of American. But then I would tell them that I've lived in different places, so it's all like a bit of a mix-up.
Yeah.
I'd make a whole backstory that'd be so interested.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Did you get sacked from that job?
You know what?
She did one too many accents.
Yeah.
One too many accents. No, what I did actually end up getting in trouble, but it was for absences.
Oh.
Yeah, because if I had a shoot, I just wouldn't come to work.
I see.
Would you call in sick?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I'm sick again.
yeah.
It's that darn COVID.
Yeah. And I made the silly mistake of not removing my colleagues from my Instagram.
No.
So I'd like post a selfie and be like, shoot day. They were like such haters, and they told my management.
No way.
So I love that. There's such haters.
Such haters.
Haters.
Such
Yeah.
haters.
Just because you're cramped up in the
For
office.
seeing you
Gosh.
not working whilst they're at work.
Yeah, I was working.
You were working.
Yeah.
You were working.
Well-
just not in the right job.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong place at
Yeah.
the wrong time.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
What about timing?
I
It's
know.
not the-
It's,
I
What
know.
about timing
They don't want
and
to see me
location?
shine, man. I swear.
so are you
You're down.
full-time model now?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do anything else. Oh, I'm an artist.
Artist?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What kind
I
of artist?
paint.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you paint?
Abstract, anything I feel like.
Okay. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Was that on par with modelling, or is that something you've done for a while?
I've kind of like drifted in and out of it, but like this year, I would say that I'm
picked it up.
getting my first commissioned art piece.
No way.
Yeah, so working on that.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah,
Was that it? Just art? You just model and do art?
yeah. Did you think I
Really?
did something else?
Yeah, I thought
What do
you
you
were
think I
like a
did?
lady of leisure.
Like what? What does
Like
that mean?
going to lovely countries. of which you've been to recently.
Yeah.
Went to Greece and to Turkey.
Yeah.
I thought you did some of that. I thought you just
Is
floated
that a
around.
job? Is that something someone does?
Well,
I travel.
I think it is something someone does, yeah.
Okay.
Do you like the idea of just travelling? Would you like to do that on a permanent basis?
Yeah, of course.
Would you?
Yeah.
So
for
would
sure.
you prefer to be a model, or would you prefer to just travel around the world?
Can I travel around the world and model?
No.
Oh.
Choose.
I don't know, a bit of both.
Oh,
6 months, 6
both.
months.
6 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
That
could
would
do
be
that.
a
That'd
life.
be
Could
lovely.
you
That would be a
imagine?
Yeah.
That would be good.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would
Do
it?
that. It would.
Would
Would
it?
you not like to travel?
You know what it is? I
Yeah.
like to do, I've always had this mentality of work first, rest later.
But I feel like your generation is obsessed with working and like working
That
hard
is,
and work ethic.
yeah, me.
I don't have that desire. I don't feel that way. You know, I feel like you guys want to feel like, oh my god, I worked hard and I earned it.
You're the same generation as Kez.
Yeah.
Kez,
Yeah.
do you have what's your thoughts on this?
I fucking love that mentality.
Yeah.
Teach me your ways, part 2.
Okay.
So we're going to do classes. We're going to do first class going to be selfies. Second
Class
class
one.
is going to be work mentality.
Yeah. Just let go of the
Let
idea
go.
about, you know, working hard. I need to earn something.
Obsessed.
You earned it just by being born, you know.
Oh, girl, how are you getting through this cost of living crisis?
I'm oblivious to it. Honestly. I swear to God, if you just don't acknowledge it.
That's going to be my solution for everything.
Honestly,
Just
ignorance is bliss.
Don't acknowledge it.
Yeah, just close your eyes.
Perfect. Have a nap.
Yeah.
It's ironic because you were talking about that Netflix show where the woman has the kids, and whenever she has
When
like,
times
issues,
gets tough,
she leaves.
just walks right out that door.
Yes,
Honestly, I love
oblivious.
it. Yeah.
Oblivious.
Yes.
It's that mentality. Did you write that
Honestly.
show?
I should have. Honestly, something I would write. Because I genuinely do believe this though, that
Go.
if you don't focus on negative things, I don't know, then they just won't come into your life.
Manifestation. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
And it's real.
Yeah, and
It
somehow,
really is.
some way, it works. Doing good so far. Been doing it.
Okay.
You know, like some people really like, oh my god, like cost of living and work and life and just
Whatever.
vibe.
Just vibe.
Yeah, literally, it'll be fine. Honestly, it will be. It
Okay.
always works out.
Where's that mentality come from? Because obviously it's not coming from your parents. Because I'm assuming they came over
Oh
from.
my god,
the
my
work
dad is obsessed with hard work and like
That
Okay.
strong work ethic.
literally, he's retired and supposed to be like relaxing, and he's like, I want to do something. It was like a project. I'm like, just relax.
Okay.
He's like, no, I need to work.
What's your mom like?
Oh no, she's not like that.
She's
Yeah.
So this came from your
Yeah,
mom.
maybe
I think
that's
so.
right. No, she is hardworking, but she also like if she has to be. Whereas like me, I'm like
Do you not have to
I'll
be?
opt out.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can opt out, I will.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what
Opt out.
does that look like for you? Yeah,
What does that
opting
mean?
out.
just opt out.
I'm gonna just quickly call my manager and she'll be like, I'm opting out.
Opt out.
I'm
Honestly.
gonna opt out today.
And do you have a job?
I do. Yeah. I'm a producer.
Okay, so this
Can I
is
say that? Yeah.
the trick
Yeah.
about opting out, right? That's what you do.
Go.
So basically, you start a job doing the doing like the bare minimum, bare minimum.
Okay.
And then you improve slightly. And then because you've improved slightly, they're like, wow, you start getting all these accolades, you start getting employee of the month. But every single job I've had, I always do that. And then like, because you're moving up, but then you're just meeting your other colleagues where they're at, maybe a bit lower.
Yeah.
But because they've seen that change, it's the contrast.
Yeah.
That's what gets them.
Okay.
Wow.
How did we get here? Mentally. With a father who has a very strong work ethic and a mother who is a little bit more chilled but works because she's had to work.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
I think I just don't want to. So I just don't.
That'll do.
Yeah. I don't want to be stressed.
Is it okay? So you're trying to avoid stress. Let's try and rationalize this.
Yeah.
Into
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's rationalize
I
it.
really no, because I do think it is
It's cool.
so
It's
important.
refreshing, right?
Yeah, it's really refreshing because like constantly having like a work ethic where it's like Marcus, work now, rest later. Like it can be quite
And it gives you anxiety because then you feel like every time you rest
Yeah.
or
You feel
like you
enjoy,
can't rest,
then you feel
yeah.
like, oh my god, is there something I need to be doing? Like, do I need to work hard? I need to earn that
Yeah.
rest.
and you feel guilty when
Yeah.
you're resting.
Definitely.
Yeah. Whereas me, I
Okay,
have nothing
Opposite.
to do.
Complete opposite.
No guilt.
No stress. No guilt.
Yeah.
so we're rationalizing this.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
rationalize.
Okay.
This. So that thought process, it's working for you, obviously.
Yes.
But I'm trying to work out, because you said your dad is the opposite of that. Your mum's kind of halfway in between.
Yeah. But me and my sister's a bit like me. So we've pulled her to our side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you dragged her across.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does your dad think about that mentality? Because obviously he's furious, or?
No, to be furious. He definitely raised us on it, but I feel like if he just steps back and watches me, he's like, seems to be working. So yeah, I feel like the work hard is to, I don't know, have a comfortable life and but if you're having that anyway and you're not really working hard in the traditional sense,
you can't argue with that.
Then he's just damn, well,
can't argue with that.
If it's working, it's
do
working.
your thing.
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean?
See, all of our guests so far, I think we only spoke to models so far. Yeah, mainly models.
Yeah.
They've got the opposite mindset of, I want to work and be successful, get to the top and become the best in whatever field, dance, acting, modelling, whatever I want to do. But then we also had the conversation about mental health and how it affects their mental health to kind of strive for those kind of things as well, and balancing the two things. You're saying the opposite. You're saying you can strive for sure.
Yeah.
But first and foremost comes the idea of just being oblivious to any stresses.
Yeah, and I think that, okay, this is a concept that I'm kind of getting into recently, so I haven't always been like this, but I feel like a bit of radical self-acceptance. So rather than always feeling like you need to work on yourself, you're a constant project, and you need to do this, do that. Of course you can do that, but be content with where you are now and how you are as you are. And I feel like that's one thing that I'm really getting into. So I in the mirror, I'm I might work out, I might eat healthier, but I like what I'm working with, I like this. So then when you make improvements, you don't have anxiety because you don't feel like if you were to stay where you are, it's the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
Right.
Do you think that could come from pretty privilege, though?
Whoa. Dare you ask me
Sorry.
No, but I think everyone should feel like that.
They should.
Even if they're not pretty.
No, but that's subjective.
That is subjective. That is very subjective.
But to just bring it back in the conversation, you said that once upon a time you didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
So how does someone pull themselves out of feeling not so radically self-accepting?
Because you get tired of it. It's really tiring to just operate life, always feeling like you need to work on yourself, you need to work harder, you've got all these goals. I do have goals, I do have things that I want to achieve, but I also feel like some things are just timing. I've seen it before where I've been really stressed about something, I let go of the stress, and then everything I want comes to me anyway.
Right.
It's about ease. Sometimes you can move through life with a bit more ease. Of course, put effort into the things that you want, but I think sometimes being frantic and having anxiety about things, you actually reject those things because there's a part of you inside that maybe doesn't feel like you deserve it. Whereas now I feel like I deserve everything, and it's just a matter of time, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that your friends who are models have a similar mindset? Because I would say, because I know some of your friends who are models, I would say they have the opposite mindset.
I mean, I've got to say, I've not met a model who has this mindset.
No, not at all.
At all.
But I think that maybe the way I identify, oh God, here we go. When I look, I just don't wake up and I'm a model. Modeling is something that I do, but
it's not who you are.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I think that's the difference. I think a lot of girls and guys and non-binary people and everyone, just everyone.
Yeah.
And even me and you, Kez, I think I wake up and I'm like, I don't think I'm Marcus, I think I'm working.
Do you?
Yeah.
See, that in itself, I think, is quite unhealthy.
I think
that is very unhealthy.
I think it totally is. But I also think it helps me, I'm going to talk about myself specifically, helps me to succeed.
Right.
If I make myself into the vessel that is achieving the goals.
But then what if all that is taken away?
Well, then you have nothing.
Yeah.
Does
That's
that
scary.
not worry you, though?
I'm not worried about it because I've achieved quite a bit, so I'm not worried. If it happened now,
so I meant worried in the sense of you've achieved a great deal of success. You're across so many different things, so many different platforms, which is incredible. But underneath all that, are you not worried that you say you're this vessel of work, that there's nothing there? Yeah. Is that not something you think
it's one of those things where you're oblivious. I'm doing the oblivious thing. I'm doing the opposite. Yeah, I'm doing it from a different angle. I'm like, okay, if that happens, it won't happen. It's just not going to happen.
All right.
So, but when it does happen, if it does happen, I'm hoping it won't happen.
No, touch wood, it doesn't.
Yeah, then I'll have a problem.
Yeah.
Just like if
That
you're
will be an
oblivious
issue.
and suddenly the work dries up, maybe, I don't know, well, anything could happen.
But the way I see it is because I haven't attached myself to being a model. So
Then-
say, for example, you know, you have rejection from jobs, you don't get every job. That's okay. It wasn't for me. What's for me is for me. That wasn't for me. We move on. It's not like,
Okay.
oh my God, am I not good enough? Am I not pretty enough? Why do they want me?
Okay, that mentality is kind of touching on, I think it's touching on a little bit of religion, maybe?
Okay, maybe a little bit.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Are you religious?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say so. Yeah.
Do you mind me asking what religion?
Christian?
Okay.
Christian-esque.
Christian-esque.
Yeah.
What makes you think that ties into religion?
It's what you said, what will be, will be. If it's for me, it's for me. That's very...
It's very spiritual.
Yeah.
Very spiritual,
Yeah.
almost beyond spiritual. I think it's quite God.
Do you
It's got a
think?
plan for me kind of thing. No? Am I speaking out of turn?
Yeah, it could be that God has a plan for me. I'm not really sure. I haven't exactly like figured it all out, but and I think that there's another thing that I've realized. I'm okay with not having figured it out, because I feel like before I used to like rack my brain like, what religion am I? Am I spiritual? What does this mean? What does this fall into? But now I'm just like, I don't know, and I'm okay with not knowing. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like, you know, people always ask, what's your 5-year plan?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. And I'm
that's
okay.
okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is so much better. Like, I feel so
You
much.
feel a release.
Feel a release. Yeah, release
Yeah.
control. It's not, maybe it's up to me, it's up to God, it's up to the universe.
Is this a recent thought?
Yeah, I would say so.
In the past year or so?
Yeah, I would say so. Because before, I definitely was a little bit more obsessed with goals and reaching certain things, milestones by certain ages. And
Do you feel like you're more successful now that you've let go?
I'm happier.
So in that sense, yes.
And then the whole point of the success was to be happy.
Yeah.
Now I got the happiness and the success.
Okay.
Comes with it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you measure your success on your work or your happiness?
I would say my happiness, because
Yeah.
I've gotten things before, or I've achieved things before that I thought were going to make me feel successful and then happy, and then they didn't. So I realized, oh shit, it's not actually connected.
Yeah.
They're two separate things.
It's interesting because when we've spoken to models before, or our guests before, we've spoken about sort of reaching that point of success, and a lot of the guests that we've had on recently have sort of maybe reached a point of success they never thought they'd meet. But rather than sort of celebrating that point of success or being happy in that bubble,
Go for more.
they're constantly searching for something more. Do you feel that's something that you find yourself doing in this new mindset?
No, not really. But I would say that one thing that I do is maybe once you reach a certain point, you realize that there's so much out there. Like, you didn't even know what you didn't know. Maybe one thing that you would have thought that's a lot of money before, and then you actually realize, oh crap, like there's actually so much more. So I think maybe if you get excited rather than thinking, oh my God, I need to achieve the next thing, but get excited that there's like unlimited potential out there.
Yeah.
There's so much for you that's available. So yeah, it's exciting.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Damn. Scary.
It is a bit scary, isn't it? When you think of all the possibilities out there. I don't
Yeah.
know. Do you find that as well, Marcus?
Find what she just said.
Uh-huh.
I'm completely the opposite.
Are you?
I'm
You are?
completely the opposite, yeah.
Okay.
Because what you're saying, essentially, is so true.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think one of the first things I said on the first episodes was, if you're going to do anything in life, work out why you're doing it.
Yeah. And that's a
Before
question
you
you've
do it.
asked all our guests as well,
Yeah.
is why are you doing
Why are you
what you're
doing it?
doing? You know, what's
And
the purpose?
I think the purpose for it is happiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying to us right now that your way of finding that happiness is almost eviscerating those things that go around the goals towards it, and just finding happiness and finding peace within yourself.
Yeah.
And that's working
You
out
get the
nicely
happiness
for you.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Which is it's a very unique way of looking at things. I think it's a very hard way in this world. The way we live our lives, kind
Yeah,
of, the rat race. It's
It
very
definitely is
to do
hard.
that.
You have to stay on track. But then also, I feel like, getting a bit spiritual here, but I feel like if you get to that vibration, then those things flow your way anyway. Like, if you, do you know what I mean? You get to a certain, you vibrate on a higher level, and then
which
those
comes
things.
which come from being oblivious to the stress.
Yeah, just focus on the good. Every single time, there's always good to focus on. So you just focus on that.
Okay.
Then I think that you're going to attract more.
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
your mindset does make you a magnet for what's around you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think it helps you see certain things. You're going to see things differently as well. Yeah. Yeah.
For people that are listening with this mindset that you've got, have you faced any challenges, any stresses that you've tried to be oblivious to, but obviously inevitably work their way into your life?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I think that I may have moments where like maybe something bad happens and maybe I have like 24 hours of maybe dwelling on it and feeling oh crap, like, you know, why me a bit. But usually, you know, go back to my little journal, write it out.
You write, yeah. Is that your cathartic way of kind of releasing the stress?
Release the stress.
Got you.
Write it all out, and then you like flip the page and flip the perspective as well. So just find a way, like, kind of come outside of yourself as if I was talking to a friend or, I don't know, a child, give myself advice from an outside perspective on a way to look at it, you know, differently. Okay, so this is one thing that happened. So my ex-boyfriend, he wanted to get his teeth done. So I promise it's going somewhere. I'm just random. He wanted to get his teeth done, and then something happened. He couldn't get his teeth done. He was really sad about not getting his teeth done. But then we found out the place where he was going to get his teeth done, there was going to be like some kind of natural disaster that happened there.
Oh no!
So it's just like,
was this the earthquake?
This was the earthquake.
Crap.
But I was just thinking, like, you can't really pinpoint, like, oh, this is good, this is bad. Like, it's all a bit, depends how you're looking at it, depends on the time that you're looking at it. You know, I dropped out of uni. I thought that was literally the worst thing at the time. Now it's like the best thing I could have ever done. So I don't know, sometimes you just need that perspective. So I just feel like negative things, they're not necessarily negative. It's like kind of things are happening for you, not to you, kind of mentality. I think helps.
Did you go to, sorry to interrupt, did you go to high school in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay.
And primary school.
And primary school
and
as
nursery,
well?
yeah.
And nursery as well?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Can I say what you sent me yesterday?
You can, go for it, yeah.
Marcus, so we were just talking about you and our other guests that we were going to have today, and Marcus was like, yep, so she came to the UK about 5-6 years ago.
Marcus, do you know me?
I forgot the country and I forgot how long you were here. And
Oh my God.
Rambling about nonsense.
So funny.
Very, very disappointed.
Great. I'm disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
As well. And also, it was her birthday last week and I bought her, she sent me a message saying, I thought she said she wants edibles, chocolates. She said, I do not want edibles.
I said
chocolates.
Nothing edible, not chocolate.
Yeah. And I bought her a whole massive box of Ferrero Rocher. I was like, is she going to be so happy with this? And she wasn't.
Yeah, I thought he was trolling me.
Did you?
Yeah.
That would be very on brand.
That would be
exactly.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I just messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, my question.
I'll find a way to forgive you. Yeah.
I'm sure you won't. I've accepted that already. I was going to say, because I thought maybe you were brought up in a different country, but that was not the case. Because a lot of, and I've spoken about this before, when you go to high school, there's a lot of pressure to choose what subjects you want, a lot of pressure to get jobs and become successful.
At such a young age.
And I thought maybe you had avoided that, but you did have that, and you've still managed to come through that and be like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Chill out.
Everyone's
live your
kick
life.
off your feet.
Yeah, just do your thing. It's very, very, it's a very Jamaican, high on weed kind of way of living. Just completely
zoned out.
It's completely zoned out. Don't stress yourself out.
Don't stress.
Whatever happens, man.
Yeah.
Just relax. Just sit down, relax. It's gonna come to you.
Yeah.
Do you think you could adopt that lifestyle?
No.
Yeah.
No?
I would love to see you try it for like a week.
I couldn't even do it for a minute.
Not even a minute.
Not a minute, because we had to get into the building today. We had a bit of a wait. Like half an hour, and I know we were just sitting around talking and chilling, but inside I was like, fucking hell, where are these guys? Were
you getting itchy?
Yeah, I was getting itchy.
Yeah,
me
like,
too. Getting stressed out. Yeah, exactly. And Faz was like, yeah, it's fine, I can come back next time.
Yeah. You know what's the worst thing that's gonna happen?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey ho.
Hey ho.
It happens, you know.
So yeah, I couldn't do it. I really admire it, and
likewise.
I wish I could do that. I've not been on holiday since 2018,
Wow.
and you've been on 2 in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
3.
and 3 in the past 2 months.
Yeah.
And Kez has been on holiday as well. So
Yeah, I just got back.
yeah,
I'm loving it.
yeah. Happy birthday, Kez.
Thanks.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Faz.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I couldn't do it.
Happy
I just
birthday,
couldn't do it.
Marcus.
It's not my birthday.
I know, I just
Just return it.
Just returning it. You ever get that? Like when someone
Yeah,
what's it called?
compliments.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you too, but it's like, happy birthday, oh, you too,
Yeah,
or enjoy
yeah.
your meal, you too.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know.
Is it because we're British?
I think it's a very British thing.
And
yeah.
just polite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
polite. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
but-
just Yeah.
There's polite and then there's just stupid, isn't there?
Maybe it's like an uncomfortable thing.
Yeah, it's like when someone steps on you.
You're like, oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Literally.
Makes no
always.
sense
Yeah.
whatsoever. Or if someone
Yeah.
gives you a compliment, I don't know, you probably love compliments, but when someone gives you a compliment and then you're like, oh, but I love your...
I tried to do that, but it never sounds genuine. Oh my god!
It just sounds a bit like returning the favor because you feel like you have to.
I'm really
right?
bad because it doesn't flow, so it takes me a sec. So if you give me a compliment, I'll be like, I like your. I'll wait to like. I'm just looking for something that I like. Yeah, but it's just like, oh my god.
Do you think they know?
You're like,
they know, don't they? They know.
They do know. I should just stop. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to accept a compliment just gracefully without returning it is a skill.
It is.
But there's also those people who are like really annoying that I know. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm yet to meet someone who's that up themselves.
Yeah, I know.
I've heard people say it as a joke, not like seriously. I know.
No, people say I know as like, but more like to men. You know, like how men like think that they're like doing you the biggest favor ever when they compliment you.
When they're complimenting you,
Oh my god, really? But they'll just be like, I know. It's like I don't need your compliment. I know, I'm beautiful, kind of thing. Not really to women, but yeah.
To men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your problem with men?
I don't have a problem with
You
men.
sure?
Yeah.
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 What's the issue? We can hash it out.
No,
now.
I think men are great.
We're not though.
Wow.
We're not.
From my car ride that we had.
Yeah.
I think men are great.
You think men are great?
Is this sarcasm? What was the car ride?
I think no. She's being genuine, but but also not. As the same.
No, what?
Yeah. The car ride was. I'm not going to go into it too much.
Yeah, of course. Please don't.
I won't. But it was kind of a case of. So when it comes to being with the opposite sex,
sure,
or the same sex, when it comes to being with anyone.
In a relationship, in a relationship, in a romantic sense.
But I think specifically men and women is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And the idea of how much a guy can do for a woman and how nice they can be towards a woman and how well a woman can be treated like a little princess, which Faz gets all the time, not just from a recent thing, just in life. And I can tell you've had a beautiful life.
All about perspective.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one because some guys are dicks, straight up.
Yeah, but it's your choice to deal with the dick or don't deal with the dick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's subjective. Pause. Like, what? Pause.
Do you want to deal with
pause?
it?
Oh, is pause the thing?
What's the thing?
That thing that you were talking about the other week. What is it again? Remind
if someone
me?
says something that could be misconstrued
as sexual.
Yeah.
That's it. Pause.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. I forgot about that for a hot sec. I
so
heard you say it earlier, and I was like,
yeah, you saw your face.
And I was like, pause.
I hope they got it on camera.
Yeah.
I want to see your face. Okay.
Pause. It's like a little clock or a timer.
A timer.
Yeah.
A timer. Yeah. So no, I think as a woman, and you are a woman, I think you do get treated exquisitely.
Me or women in general? Okay, yeah, okay.
You get treated exquisitely. Based on your past history, you get treated exquisitely.
Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah?
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She didn't think about it. She's like,
Yeah. Sorry, Marcus, continue.
Sorry. So I think that's a mindset that you have. I think you have a mindset, and you just said it as well. Like, you don't have to deal with the dicks. Like,
Yeah.
People
Once they expose themselves, obviously, some people are dicks in disguise, but you
Cut them
know,
off.
once that veil gets lifted, it's your choice to then choose to participate
Absolutely.
or not.
You're very self-assured.
You can opt out.
You can opt
Opt
out.
out.
Yeah, you can opt out.
Honestly, I wish I could tell like every girl just opt out once it gets like.
But you can tell them, but they won't listen.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in those kind of situations, you either know and you get out, or you're blinded by the expectation, or not the expectation, the ideal of what the person
Someone
could be.
Expectation as well, you know.
Expectation too,
Yeah,
right?
it's just like maybe looking at the potential.
Yeah, the potential in someone.
Yeah, but they have to want that. It's not up to you to.
Of course,
you could be this.
But do you know what? It for me as well. Like, it comes down to like you said, like what you've built someone up to be
in your head,
against what they really are. And it's like with any situation with family or with friends, you see them differently sometimes as to how they are.
Yeah.
You see them more nice or more perfect than they actually really are.
Yeah.
So in a relationship, even more so, if you built someone up to be some way and they let you down, you're like, oh no, but you're really this way. So I'm going to keep hanging around until you become that thing that I thought you were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
so
you never
true.
are.
Have you guys ever done that before?
Not in a relationship, but when I've tried to pursue a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the cutoff for you? Because when you're in that mindset, when you've got an ideal of someone, it is so tricky to snap out of it.
And then even when they do things that don't meet that, you're like, that doesn't go with what I think. Like,
Yeah, that's not
this
you.
is not you. So
Yeah.
it's not really me.
Very
This
much.
is like authentically me.
It's going to be more me.
Yeah. Literally.
I've done it for like a year.
Have you?
18 months, yeah. And you pursue because you have this vision of how they are.
And sometimes you can forget as well.
Yes.
Like
You can be
little
lost
things
in
that
it.
Yes.
little things that
Yes.
someone does. So I think you should just write it down.
Make a note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I check them. So like say for example you're like 4 dates in, maybe like 2 things they've done that feel like a bit off to you. Write it down. Don't forget. So once you compile it with other things, now they've got
You have a whole hit list of
Hit list.
personality traits.
Sometimes you
Maybe
can
that's the wrong
forget.
word.
So what I was saying to you was, how are you so self-assured? Because you're very self-assured. Does that make sense?
Okay.
How do you know? Because it seems like to me you know definitively in your head, this is right, this is wrong. You're very much like binary.
Like,
this is right, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like thinking like, okay, this person has this. Is it in the context of dating?
No, I think in life for you. Because even with like the whole thing about just relax and let things happen.
I
that's
guess
very
just
definitive.
deciding how you want to feel. Like you have to choose. There's 2 paths. I could be super stressed out about life and gosh and this and this and this, but I don't want to feel like that. I know how I want to feel.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna follow how I like the good feelings and whatever aligns with that. And same with people. I just want to be around people who make friends, partners, just make me feel good. I don't want to like subject myself. You know, like things are gonna happen, whatever, but I'm not gonna intentionally subject myself
To
harm, negativity, anyone who makes me feel bad.
I think that's incredible. And do you have any tips on how you can be so strong in that way? Because I know a lot of people, and sometimes myself included, who will just kind of sway from their from that.
I think sometimes in the context of dating, I think sometimes you're putting someone else above yourself. Like you put yourself first. Like how do I feel? They might have this going on, but like at the end of the day, like if that person goes, it's just me. I'd put myself through this. Like it's nothing worse than disappointing yourself. That's like a really sucky feeling like, oh my god, I went into a situation, I didn't honor myself. That feels really bad. So you might think you're angry at the person, but you're actually really angry at yourself. So just trying to honor myself as much as I can. What I think I deserve.
Spitting facts.
That's really beautiful, you know.
Spitting facts.
Yeah, 100%.
Just over here just spitting facts.
Okay.
Just non-stop. It's annoying.
You're annoyed?
I'm annoyed.
You're annoyed.
Yeah.
Why are you annoyed, Marcus?
Because you're just sitting there just spitting facts, just like Oprah, just like do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm like, oh, this is annoying.
Yeah. And like think
What,
about
because
like
you can't attain that?
Yeah, and she's, like I said, so self-assured about what she wants.
and I don't think we were put here like on this earth to not be happy
No, not at all.
or to like suffer or to go to misery.
But I think how people get to that pathway is very different to how you get to that pathway. We try and get to that pathway through success and through compliments and through people saying you're great. Validation.
Yeah, I like validation.
No, you like it as well.
I love it.
But you seem to be happy without it.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people need it.
But then you're gonna get more validation if you're happy with yourself.
For sure.
It's true, yeah.
If you wake up, you feel good, tell yourself in the mirror, put your perfume, feeling good. You'll walk through the street, everyone's gonna be like, wow. And they're gonna see that inner glow. Like it's the glow on the outside but on the inside. Even if you look good but you feel shit about yourself, I do feel like there's an energy that you can tell. You don't even believe in what you're selling.
It's true. When you see people and meet people like yourself, like who are so self-assured, know who they are, know their self-worth, it translates.
And have you ever seen people who are like maybe not physically attractive to you, but they are attractive?
Yeah.
It's that inner
that confidence that they have that makes them attractive.
They look like they know something I don't. Like I want to find out. Like,
yeah,
you know, how you
mystery.
doing? Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So taking a complete left turn here. So colorism. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about before. You were on a job recently. I'm not going to say the name of the job, but you were the only dark-skinned black female model on the job. Does that happen frequently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I was
for
making
you?
a joke to my sisters that I don't have any black model friends. They're like, why do you not have any like? Why do you not have any black friends? Like seriously, I do have black friends, but not from the industry.
Yeah.
I was like, because I'm usually the only black person on the job.
Interesting.
That is interesting in this day. How do you feel about that generally? Like when you're on set, for example, this job specifically.
Yeah, I think it's a bit tricky when you get into like real life issues with my mindset of.
Yeah. See, this is it, because you have said that you've gone
I
through
kind
sort
of put myself in a bubble, and that's like a real issue outside of my bubble. So I think that for me, I just try not to stress myself out about things like that.
Sure.
Obviously, it's not good, but I'm not really sure
What you can do.
Yeah, what I could do about it.
Right.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all you can do is keep being present.
Yeah.
And hopefully that opens the doors for others.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
if the door's not being opened for others, because it's not you're not choosing to be the only black model on set. Like those are the clients that are choosing that.
Yeah.
And if you're the only black dark skinned model they want, then I guess that's beneficial to you. But but you know it is limited. And by the way, I don't think this is necessarily just a. I think this is a colorism issue within different communities, and we spoke about this before. Like within the black community, there's colorism issue. Like so people who are fairer skinned is sometimes seen as more important.
Yeah.
I know as a kid growing up, my younger brother, who's like very, very fair in skin, was seen as like the golden child. And I remember I went to my uncle's house once, and he's like, "Oh," to my brother, "You're amazing. You're wonderful." And you're dark skinned and you're evil. And I was like,
wow.
Whoa, okay.
Wow.
This is shocking. I'm like 8 years old.
That's
I'm evil?
Yeah.
So it's an issue within society as well. But I think for you right now it's brilliant, because if there's only one role, you're going to probably get it.
But then that means that, I don't know, it's like a very small amount of
jobs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like it's shifting a little bit, especially with music videos, which you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But I think with music videos, especially black artists, they actually want dark-skinned models in their videos. And I think it's because they don't want to come across as being racist.
Yeah. But I also think like if it's like a makeup thing and then you're like looking for dark-skinned people, I think that a lot of people wouldn't even feel like even represented by me. Like,
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. There's like if a foundation shop and I was like the darkest shade range, people would not be happy with that. Yeah, get cancelled for that. For sure.
They would, you wouldn't.
No, not me. But I think that like I don't know, within like being black, there's still so much more like.
Yeah, it is, of course. Yeah. But do you feel like, because you just said do you want more black friends within the industry, or?
I don't know. I would like to have more
options.
Yeah, more options. Like, but at the same time, I don't really. If it happens, it happens, sort of thing. I'm not like, oh my god, you know.
Not searching. For
yeah.
Did you think there's going to be an issue when you first put your selfies on Instagram? Do you think, you know what, I'm a darker skin model, I'm probably not going to get much work?
I did not think that at all. I did not think that at all. Did not even cross my mind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you think, I'm black, I'm not going to get much job?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird because sometimes I meet people and then they're like, oh, does this happen? Like they project a lot of things that they would think about, and I just literally has not crossed my mind. No.
It's so interesting because we've spoken before a fair few times now about being people of colour in the industry and this sort of tick box culture when it comes to casting, when it comes to hiring for jobs, for roles, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's this like catch-22 of like, say you're the only person of colour on set.
Yeah.
It's problematic, sure, but you're there, you've got the job.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you pursue the job and make the most of that space that you're in? Or the alternative is sort of feeling insecure in yourself, stepping back and not adhering to that.
I don't know, I feel like a lot of times you turn up on set, it's usually a dark skinned girl, me, an Asian girl, a white girl, tick tick tick, sorted kind of thing, right? Then it's like, what else do I want them to do? Do I want them to have like 3 black girls?
Well, this is it. Yeah, this is the conversation that's such a catch-22 that we've spoken about.
It's tricky. It's very tricky. There's obviously a tick box in. So in a sense, they're doing their part. They've got an Asian girl, they've got a black girl. And
what more do you want from us?
Yeah, we're doing our thing. We're diverse.
We've got that diversity quota in full lock.
If we had too many black girls, then we'll be a black brand kind of thing. So I understand from their perspective.
Yeah, and you have to think, okay, who am I working to? Women. I've got all, I don't know, most women would feel represented by at least one of those 3 in some way. Obviously, you can't have every single, like, freaking race that there is and culture and ethnicity out there. Like, this just doesn't make sense. It's not, I don't think that's realistic.
Yeah, for sure. I think there should be more jobs for people of colour, for sure. I do get what you're saying as well. It's like, they are ticking the boxes. They're doing the bare minimum. I
think what would be more helpful is like more behind the scenes. So in terms of like the companies and the people who actually work there, just so that, you know, when you turn up on set.
Would you say, I'm going to take you out of your trouble there, you're about to say something. Anyway, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question that's relevant to what you're about to say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go on, finish.
I was just going to say that like maybe it would kind of reflect more on set in terms of maybe even someone who knows how to do hair properly, or, you know, someone who can do your makeup.
Is that an experience that you've been in, where you've been on set and hair's a big one.
Oof, hair's tough. Hair is a tough one. So I do feel like if there was maybe more people in the company or in the creative team who were of colour, they would know like, okay, who to hire, who can actually like do the job and do it well. Because obviously there's nothing worse than, you know, my counterparts been all glammed up, looking amazing, and I'm looking questionable. You know,
it's mad.
Yeah. And then an insecurity comes, and it's not about being black; it's about
not looking good.
My hair's jacked. And makeup's grey. Yeah.
I get that. We've spoken about that before, about sort of like the crew being just as integral in terms of diversity to what you see in front of the camera. Because that's what translates.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, are most the sets that you go on, are the crew normally white?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the diversity in front of the camera is okay, like the ticking the boxes, but behind the camera, it's great.
Thank you.
But behind the camera, it's not so great.
Yeah, no, it's usually not great at all.
It's not great at all. I mean, this is the problem. So obviously they're changing things visually. So I think what a lot of companies keep in mind is that what you really see is what they put out there. So their campaigns are what they put out there. So you can be as diverse as possible in your campaigns, but then in the office, making the millions, are they as diverse? You know, when they're drinking champagne and doing the corporate parties and giving themselves bonuses, are they being diverse there? And I think the answer is no, not at all. Because if they were, there'd be more diversity in front of the camera as well. So I think the problem really is what's happening upstairs in the boardroom.
And I think sometimes it's not necessarily like, I don't know, some things are just natural. So if you go onto my phone and look at my following, the people that I follow, I kind of follow people who look like me, people who reflect me. That's normal. So I think that if you have like a team of all like white girls running your social media or your marketing team or whatever, and then they're looking at who to hire for this job, they kind of gonna pick a model who reflects them or someone that they aspire to look like. I don't think that it's like nasty. It's not like, oh, we do not want an Indian girl here. I don't think it's necessarily that. I just think that maybe people just hire what
they know.
I think sometimes it is though.
You think so?
It's what, sorry?
I think sometimes it is. I think sometimes it is a company going, oh, we've got too many Indian girl already. We don't do too many because we don't want to be an Indian brand.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like benefit of the doubt. Like from my perspective,
sure.
Me not following a million blonde white girls, not because I don't find them beautiful. It's just, I don't know, I just rather... I don't know, get more inspired by looking at people who look like
source
me.
Of inspiration,
if I'm, going to follow people for content and inspiration for hair and makeup,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that makes
definitely.
sense. I don't think it's always really sinister, but I do think hiring more people of colour will just help, you know, even that out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can appreciate that.
I
Yeah.
like the word sinister.
Yeah. It
Sinister.
pairs well with the corporate companies, I must say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is sinister.
You think it
At
is?
times.
Okay.
At times, no.
Yeah.
I think the answer that you gave is definitely a part of the coin, but I think in the more corporate side of things, you do get that sinister mentality of tick box. I was like, oh, it's too much, it's too little.
Yeah. I used to do promoting for nightclubs,
Yeah.
and so I used to put the guest list together. And I remember I used to put my adverts on a lot of South Asian websites. So I have a lot of people contacting me to go to nightclubs. And it would be like the exclusive nightclubs in London. And whenever I submit my list, a lot of people wouldn't get in. And then the boss would say to me, "You've got too many Indians. We don't want too many Indians on this list."
Oof.
So that's just like a snapshot
Okay.
of, it's a nightclub. So just
Yeah.
imagine a big brand, I didn't say a big brand there, I'm not going to say it. But just imagine a big brand who are like, we've got our Indian girl, okay, we've got our Asian girl, okay, we've got our black girl. Great. And now we've got a brunette, and we've got a redhead, and we've got a blonde. So you've got 3 white girls, and you've got just 1 Asian girl. Right? So for me, I think there's a problem still. It's getting better, but there's still a problem.
Yeah.
But that comes from the boardroom.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I ask a question though? It's not my opinion.
Go
It's
for it,
Devil's
go for it.
advocate.
Please.
Okay. Okay, so say for example, like we live in England. I don't know what the percentage is of people of colour to like white people. Does
Should I
it?
tell you?
Yeah, please.
I think it's 12%, maybe less than
Of
that.
people of colour.
People of colour, yeah.
So like
Really?
if there's an advert, like would it make sense to have like, I don't know, like 75% people of colour and like 25% white people? I don't, in a country
In
that's
terms of
majority
appealing
white.
to demographics.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what it is. No.
And people across the board, I think this is like psychology, buy more into their own image. And if you've got more people
Yeah,
who are
of course.
white, buy into their image.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if you ask my mum her idea of beauty, she grew up in Zimbabwe, surrounded by black people. It's like a girl, like big, gorgeous afro, like that is her idea of beauty, because that's you know, I don't know if there's anything.
It's a valid question.
Wrong
It
with
is a
that.
valid question.
You know,
It's
like do we want like a little blonde white girl? Like should I be her idea? She's never gonna achieve this. You know, should I be her beauty standard? I don't think so.
Okay. I think for that, it definitely depends on what is being advertised, what is being sold to meet the demographic. Because then you're going into sort of the marketing quotes, aren't you? And like, you're right, you've got to set the
Yeah, like if we're in South
standard.
Africa, I don't know what goes on with their advertising, but if we're in South Africa, majority black country, I would expect the adverts to reflect that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think your question is completely valid. And I think
don't know.
the answer to your question, I think your answer to your question is this is why companies don't have fully black cast or fully Asian cast, is because obviously the demographic of the customer is typically white, because we're in a majority white country. So what you're saying is correct. I think the problem more is behind the scenes, where it's not your 12% behind the scenes, it's your 1% behind the scenes.
Not
So
even that.
Not even, sometimes 0.001. So that needs to change immediately.
Yeah.
In front of the camera, I still think it can change, because I think, yes, you're right, but I think there's a lot of mixed race families and people, and I think society in the UK is changing a little bit, which some people may not like.
Yeah.
But I think, the question's completely valid. I think
It's such a valid question.
from a business standpoint, it doesn't make sense for them to have.
No, of course not.
If they're doing Dove, for example,
Yeah.
and have a completely black cast doing Dove, and their demographic is white, then it doesn't make any sense. Like if you're in China and you have a black cast, and
they're going to be like, okay.
What's happening here? How did we get here?
You know?
So totally get from what you're saying from a business standpoint. I think sometimes business and emotions don't mix too well. I think from an emotional standpoint, if you feel like your race has not been represented fairly over the past 60, 70, 100 years, you're still going to want to fight for more, aren't you?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
to answer your question, your devil's advocate question.
It's a good devil's advocate.
It's a good one. Yeah. Got any more?
Not for now. Just keep going.
What about Little Mermaid?
Oh, I saw that.
You saw
Did
it?
you see it?
Yeah,
What did you
yeah.
think?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if I should say that. It was
No, you
really
should.
good. I'm
Be
joking.
honest. No, be honest.
It was okay. It was okay. It was. Yeah, I would say it was good. If I had a child, I'd take them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Little Mermaid. Happy with that?
It's cool. I think it's a fictional character, so sure, any race will do. I think she played the part really well, so good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Any race will do.
Any race will do.
Fish. Yeah. It's a singing mermaid. So
A singing fish.
yeah.
We didn't like it, did you?
I think I'm not really like a big Disney
Oh, you're
person
not?
and like musical and you know.
Not your bag.
No,
No.
definitely not. Very irritating.
Kez loves Disney.
You do.
Love musicals, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Thanks
my
for
God.
outing me on this
Oh
podcast.
my God. Yeah, no, I think anything.
It's my guilty pleasure, I must say.
Alright.
I haven't seen The Little Mermaid yet, though.
I find it
but-
really irritating when I'm watching a film and they start singing.
And they start singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
Turn to the
popular
camera.
opinion.
Yeah.
When they start singing,
Yeah.
like, today I'm having eggs.
And it's always like, whoa, like sort of like a really long ballad and stuff.
yeah,
Gosh.
you're like, shut up.
Cut it
Grow
out.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Singing. Yeah. So
No,
you
I can
didn't like it? You hated
No,
it?
I wouldn't say that. I think it was good. I just don't like
You don't
musicals.
think-
I just don't like musicals. No, it was good. It was the
It was
the
good, yeah?
graphics, the outfits,
Yeah?
and the hair. It was good.
The outfits.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah.
don't sound like you liked it at all.
The outfits. The outfit.
The graphics and the outfits.
You know, Chloe,
to
she
be
actually
honest.
played it really well. So
Did she?
yeah, she really did.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I do like her. Halle
Berry.
Oh,
Ba-
was it? Oh my
Bailey.
God, it wasn't
Is it
even
Berry?
Chloe.
No,
Bailey.
it's
Bailey.
Bailey.
Okay.
Halle
Berry
Bailey.
is,
Not Halle Berry.
No,
No.
Okay, it's Halle Bailey.
Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Okay. So confusing.
Yeah.
Just change your name.
I think
Honestly.
she was named like her name was inspired by Halle Berry. I think.
Oh.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, it's confusing though.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Bailey.
No?
No.
Not
change
Berry.
it. Not Berry, no. Change it. Johnson. Halle Johnson.
No, that's
Oh,
no.
come on now.
No.
Just change it.
Plus, a lot of like younger generation, like Gen Z, don't know about Halle Berry.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's true.
Don't know that.
I know.
Gen Z don't know about Halle Berry.
No, they don't.
No.
I met a girl who doesn't know, who didn't never heard of J-Lo.
J-Lo?
She didn't know J-Lo.
What?
She was like 17. Like she, oh, I've seen this woman before, but she didn't know like Jenny from the Block.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. No, I feel that as well.
Yeah. Like people like Kylie Jenner, Kylie Minogue. Who's that old lady?
Kylie Minogue.
They don't know her.
We have the same birthday.
Ah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you and Kylie.
Me and Kyle's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gemini.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good Geminis.
A lot of good Gemini.
I feel a lot of Gemini energy in this room right now.
Yeah. We've got like some controversial.
Yeah.
We've got like Trump, Boris.
Trump and Gemini?
Yeah.
I'm
and
out.
Boris
I'm
Johnson.
opting out.
And like
And Boris.
and Gaddafi.
For God's
Gaddafi.
Yeah. So
Does Gen Z know about Gaddafi, yeah?
I don't think they do, you know. What do you know about Gaddafi?
Oh my God.
Not much. Shut up. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we've got a really
Gaddafi.
interesting sign.
Oh,
Trump and Gaddafi at
that's
the same
the
time.
Boris.
what a blend.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm out. See you
I'm
later.
in.
Are you
You're in.
I'm in. We've got characters. You know?
That main
Yeah.
character energy.
Main character
shining
energy.
through in the Gemini
Literally.
region.
Love me or hate me.
I think they're going to hate you.
Yeah. You know?
Trump's entertaining. He's
We're
entertaining.
powerful.
Oh.
I'm not sure about powerful, but definitely entertaining.
Mm.
Definitely entertaining. Especially
Yeah.
Trump. My God.
Yeah.
It was fun, wasn't he?
It was
Yeah.
fun.
I miss him.
D-
I really miss him because yesterday
quite
Joe Biden
comedian.
fell over again.
He fell over.
He fell over again.
Again.
I feel
Yes.
like America's
Poor
just
Joe.
like an episode of The Office, though. Like, they're not like serious.
They're not serious.
Politics.
They're not serious
just having
at
a
all.
laugh.
It's
like-
all bants.
Do you remember
Yeah, it's
during
banter.
COVID when Trump was like, he was doing his speeches and he was like, oh, you can just inject cough fluid,
Oh my
bleach into
God.
your arm.
Bleach, that
And he
was
looks at the doctor and
wild.
he goes, you can inject bleach in your arm. And the doctor goes, no.
Oh my God.
You can't.
No.
You just inject, you know,
Yeah.
with those needles you got lying around your
Yeah.
house.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And
what's
someone
it?
The
did
way
it.
he says
Time.
stuff is
Someone did
just so funny.
Brilliant.
yeah,
It's
it's got to be
amazing, like
made up.
comedic timing.
Yeah, the comedic timing.
You remind me of Trump.
You're joking?
No.
No? Okay. I think we can wrap it. Can we wrap it there?
The room was silent.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. Take you for our Roches.
Yeah. Oh my god. Get out of here.
Quick one though.
Yes.
Half one.
Absolutely. So, Faz,
Yes.
last question. And I ask this to everyone. And you've given us the answer already. It's going to be so boring. But in 5 years' time, where do you see yourself?
I see myself like on a rooftop. I see myself on a rooftop with maybe a picante in my hand.
She did say, to be fair, earlier that she doesn't have a 5-year plan.
She did say that.
Yeah.
So
But it seems like she has got a plan. It's just not
the
a good
rooftop cocktail 5-year plan is what everyone should have, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
one. A rooftop?
Yeah.
Not in this country, obviously.
Not in this country, no.
You can get some good rooftops in London, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, for
That
sure.
could be your plan B
For sure.
if the abroad rooftop doesn't work
Hopefully abroad.
She ain't gonna do no London rooftop. She's going abroad.
Little cocktail in my hand. The music's flowing. The vibes are going. Sun is beaming on my skin. I don't mind because I applied SPF in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I love this.
Good company.
That's the best 5-year question answer that we've ever got.
the best 5-year
Yeah.
question answer
Yeah.
we've ever had. Yeah.
Shut up, you don't think that.
I
Your
know.
face.
Actually,
I know, right?
Be true to yourself.
Gosh.
It's
Do
okay
you want me
to
to
not.
plan world domination? Maybe.
Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There you
Maybe
go.
a little
Trump
bit.
energy.
And if I did do that, I'd probably just like fall into it, you know.
Fall into the world.
Yeah, fall into world domination, like politics, you know.
I could see you accidentally getting
Yeah.
yourself into politics. If I'm being
I
so
know.
real, like
Yeah.
I can so see that for you.
Literally.
You're on this rooftop with your cocktail, vibing. Next
Uh-huh.
thing you know, you're running the country.
Next thing I know.
Yeah.
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 Oblivious to
I know.
stress.
And the people are like, well,
That's
what
how
do you
you
have,
get.
what do you have planned for us? What do you have planned for us? Oh, guys, it's just
Like good vibes.
let's just see how it goes, you know.
That's your manifesto. It's
Yeah.
just good vibes.
Yeah.
It's just good vibes.
Yeah. No, but what about the health? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
See how you feel.
See how you feel.
When I get off this roof, I'll
Right.
let you know.
Make
Yeah.
some notes.
Make some notes.
Yeah.
Journal. Everyone should journal.
Everyone's yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So in 5 years' time, you're going to be in rooftop, planning world domination.
Yeah.
Or
May or,
already in world
may or may
domination.
not be Prime Minister.
In the midst of world domination.
Yeah.
But not really domination because everyone's going to be vibing around.
Yeah, no, I don't need to dominate anyone. Unless they want me to.
Pause.
What a place to
Pause,
wrap.
yeah. Okay, Faz, I want you to look at this camera here
Yes.
and just tell everyone
Yeah.
how they can find you, if you want them to find you.
Okay, so my Instagram is at FAZBEAU, and you can follow me on TikTok, FAZBEAU22.
Nice. Where can they find you, Kez?
On Sensational Podcast.
Boring.
I know, but I'm like it's a.
You're private. It's a
yeah.
private life. Private life.
But do I make it public?
I think
You know what?
should.
If you think,
you
vote.
think?
If you think that Kez should go public, vote. We're going to put a vote out, and based on the answer, she won't go public.
And where can they find you, Marcus?
They can find me with
Mr.
you, Kez, on
Verified.
Sensational.
Okay.
On Sensational Podcast.
Boring.
Yes, very boring.
Look at us.
It's just boring.
Yeah.
You're gonna outro us now.
In
Okay.
any which way you
Outro
like.
us.
Bye.
No.
That's it. No?
That's it. That's your outro.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, how else is she going to
Yeah.
outro? That's how we've outroed.
I've been Faz. This is my lovely friend Karena. This is Marcus.
Never going to pronounce my name right.
This is my lovely friend Kez and Marcus. Bye.
Okay, fine. I have been Faz. This is my lovely friend Kez. This is Marcus.
Okay. Wow.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Do you have the face dropped when
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus was like, when you said lovely friend Kez, Marcus was like, okay, it's my turn
then
now.
it's
And
like-
then it's like,
Marcus?
Oh.
This is Marcus.
Marcus.
Thanks a lot.